Yo, what up guys, welcome back to Patch.
Welcome back.
Yes, and today we're going to be doing a comparison video between the Razer Viper Mini
and the Logitech G203 Lightsync edition.
So they're both going for $40, so the same exact price.
And they were released like around the same time as well, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, and they're both like on the smaller scale.
Yeah.
These are smaller mice, so we're going to be doing a direct comparison today. If you guys want to get either of these mice, we'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get started off with the shape. So yeah, for me personally, I love the Razer Viper shape. It's way better.
It's like a standard. This is like a standard mouse shape. You know, this is like typical sort of Razer design. It arches a little bit more towards the back. It's obviously a mini, so it's a little bit smaller, and then it sort of gets a little wider at the front end, and then they've got their concave mouse buttons, and their same sort of finish on there. Whereas the 203, why is this shaped like an egg?
I mean, dude, like so. If you guys see how flat this mouse is? It's super flat. There's not a crazy arch on it. It's like more also towards the back. And then if you look like from the back of the mouse, the Viper Mini is actually a lot flatter. So if you look at the 203, it like curves right here, like down into the sides. And obviously if you're fingertipping, like it's not a huge issue. Like if you're like the shape is overall the same and all that, so that's fine. But then if you're palming it, and like I palm when I'm just like using the computer and not gaming, the G203 feels horrendous. I really don't like how it feels, especially since like there's such a big gap when it, you know, like right here. So I don't like the shape of the 203 really at all.
Now I was able to get used to the shape of this, but it's, as I said in the original video for the review, it's sort of awkwardly weighted, and it feels sort of weird in the hand, but I was able to get used to it. But with the Viper Mini, I just picked it up and I was ready to go. Like, it's a standard mouse shape. It's sort of what you expect. And then I do have to, you know, sort of damage control in advance. Like, we do understand that this is an updated rendition of the already existing 203, where there would be no sense in changing the shape for that. But still, I don't know why they would do an updated rendition of like this. As opposed to like if they made like a mini edition of the G Pro wireless. Are you kidding me?
Yo, that'd be sick.
I would daily drive the shit out of that.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, the shape I'm not a huge fan of. All right, as far as the weight goes, I mean, we already know which one's gonna be lighter, right?
Yep. So as it stands on the websites, the Viper Mini is 61 grams, and then the 203 is 85.
How is this lighter in real life?
Yeah, it is. And I think in our Viper Mini, like our actual review video, it was like 58 grams.
Really? Yes.
Which is weird.
60 grams.
Probably without the sensor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably without the
cord.
Yeah,
I don't know. And then this thing is gonna be like 80 or 83 grams. So that's not super heavy. That's like average. That's like the my FK2, which is weird. But like with a small mouse like this, you definitely notice the weight. And not only the weight though, but then the glides are so bad. They're not horrible, but they're slow, okay? And what I'm used to, or what I like to play with, is like faster PTFE or like hyperglides or whatever.
100% pure PTFE on the Viper Mini there.
Exactly.
You know?
So,
but if you're looking for a more controlled experience, these glides will definitely work for that. And I'm sure they'll have hyperglides out eventually. But we're just going over what's stock on the mouse.
Of course, moving on to the cords. Yeah, we already know which one's better.
Logitech, come on.
Yeah.
This is rubber.
What is this?
I think someone made a mistake because this is rubber.
Yes.
I don't know how that happened. Probably just a slip up.
Yeah. So the Viper Mini has this very nice paracord. It's way better.
Razer SpeedFlex cable.
Oh my god. Okay. Now that that's over with, as far as the buttons go, I mean the buttons, they're both nice. So I like the left and right click of the G203 better than the Viper Mini, because Viper switches to me are just a little mushy. You know, it feels like a little mushy to me compared to like everything else. But the side buttons are way better on the Viper Mini. Like, that's very nice. The G203, it's trash.
Yeah, the side buttons are not that great. They're usable, but not great. They're not as bad as the original Viper or the Viper Ultimate as far as the side buttons go. But I agree with everything you said as far as the clicks go. I just prefer Logitech's click to Razer's. And then Razer, I will give this to them though. The buttons that they have on the Viper Mini are the best that I've ever used on a Razer mouse.
Yeah.
It's better than the Viper Ultimate, definitely better than the regular Viper. It's less mushy than that. So they're getting there. They're getting there for sure. And there's really no wobble on either of these. The build quality is really premium on these, as we've come to expect from these companies.
And as far as the scroll wheel goes, I would say the G203 has a little bit more tactileness. The Viper Mini, not as much. The steps are a little bit like more smooth over in the Viper Mini. Yeah, so the G203 I like better. I like to have a more tactile scroll wheel, but if you want more of a smoother one, then the Viper Mini is the better option. They both have the DPI button on top of the mouse, and they're both, I mean, ambidextrous shapes, but have side buttons only on the left side.
Yep.
Yes.
I really wish there were side buttons on both sides, man. I love my side buttons.
Yeah.
I love them. The scroll wheels also they're both textured finishes, as well as the actual tops of the mouse are textured finishes. So with Logitech, I always prefer Logitech's finish on the mice. It's a very nice matte finish. On the Razer, there's some grain still, but it's a lot more grainy and it makes it feel a little bit cheaper.
Exactly.
I just personally don't prefer that finish on the mouse.
Yes.
That being said, I definitely would use the Viper a lot more just because I like the shape better.
Exactly.
That's more important to me than the finish on a mouse. It's really just nitpicky.
Like the quality of the finish is like way better in our opinion for the G203. As far as the RGB goes, so for the logo, they both have RGB, and then like on the back of the mouse, or like kind of on the bottom for the underglow, you have RGB, but it's like not as bright as the G203. Like the G203 RGB is super bright.
Yeah, and it's also partially due to the fact that this mouse is white, but it's definitely the lights themselves are super bright as well.
Exactly. What do you like better? I mean, like for the Viper Mini, your hands cover like all of the RGB, so you can't really notice it, but I really like the underglow effect though, you know?
I love both of them, to be honest. I love the concept of the underglow. I wish it went all the way around the mouse though.
Yes.
I think that'd be cool.
Exactly.
I know it would make it way more, and engineering that would probably be a little bit difficult, but I'm sure they could figure it out, you know?
Or, I mean, the G-Will Skull, they did it, so you can do it as well, you know?
As for software, you got Razer Razer Synapse on this one, and then you've got Logitech G Hub on this guy, which both of them are perfectly functional. You can do macros, you can adjust profiles, pretty basic mouse software.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, wrapping things up, me personally, the Viper Mini is way better. I love the shape. I like the shape way more. The PTFE glides are way better, and the cord is better. I just wish that the buttons weren't as mushy, but like I get used to it. Like I use it for like 30 minutes to an hour, and it's like, oh, I'm used to it. Then once I go back to like a better mouse, like the FK2 or like a G Pro wireless or whatever, that just feels like you can tell the difference, you know?
Yeah, as far as the clicks go, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I just wish if Logitech made this lighter, about 15 grams lighter, something like that, and then paracorded it. It would actually be a competition here, but I feel like without that, this just doesn't feel like a modern iteration of a mouse.
Yes.
It is still $40, and you do still get a premium mouse for $40, but it just doesn't feel like it's fully up to date as far as a lot of people's standards now for gaming mice. And with that, I'm gonna give the Razer Viper the edge here. I think for $40, the Razer Viper Mini is gonna be the better option here.
That's his daily driver.
Yeah.
This is his mouse, so I mean, that's what he uses every day. So yeah, that's our versus video comparison. Again, if you guys want to get either of these mice, but we heavily recommend the Viper Mini. We'll leave links in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you in the next one.